This is important information about Taurus and what Taurus needs to know about themselves that the astrologers are not going to either know or share. Uh, and so this is important information to know about your uniqueness. So Taurus is unique, just like the two is unique. And Taurus can be a second one or a two, which is plural, once. And it's very confusing, Taurus, because the way, especially if you're a woman, you're not going to logically feel like things are fair, or you'll judge things with mistaking them possibly only because you didn't know. So understand, Taurus, if you're a second one, you're not two, you're just a second one. The first one is one, and you could be a second one, you're also one. And understand that if you're a Taurus and you're one, also one, it's probably you're a man, a male Taurus. And a lot of male Tauruses will be just a second one, like the first one, also one. They're singular, masculine. Now, if a woman is a second one, they'll be taking the masculinity, or they'll be a male Taurus. So if they're taking the second one, they won't like it. It certainly will feel at odds. And Taurus women will take the second one and not really know that what they're doing. I mean, they're truly just being a male Taurus. They're taking the spirit of the male Taurus, which is the second one. It'll be a masculine kind of guy spirit, a masculinity. And then the Taurus woman will feel like it's not right. Okay, so understand, Taurus, you have to take, as a woman, you have to take the one in order not to be the one. So look at this mathematically, Taurus. If you're a second one and you're only one, and now let's say that you're feeling at odds because you want to be able to actually be two, not one, because you're not one. You want to be two, and you're feminine, so you do want to be plural, so you can have others in spirit. Then when you're stuck being a one, you'll be disturbed because you are a second one, and you're thinking, I'm not a male Taurus, but you won't know any of this. It'll just be in your feelings like something's wrong. For what's wrong with me? Well, you're taking a second one. You're taking the spirit of what the male Taurus does, and then, well, how do I become two? Well, understand, Taurus, you'll be already kind of disturbed because you'll feel like something's wrong. You won't like it, so you're already kind of agitated, and then you will have to take the first one in order not to be the first one. So when you're a second one, you take the first one, and you become two now, and then you bring the two together, and you are two. So what feels wrong is that you don't want to take the one because you're already one, stuck being a second one, and you don't want to take the first one because it's a one, and you're already feeling you're a one, and you're not liking it. It's like, so it doesn't seem logical. Why would I take the one if I don't want to be one? And you're already one. You're trying to become two, and when you're trying to become two, you don't want to take the one because you're like, I'll have it then. If I have the one, if I take it, the first one, then I'm going to have it. Then I don't want to have it. I don't want to be one. So what you have to do is take the one to be two. And you already have one. You're already a second one. You'll take the first one. And when you take the first one and you receive it, you'll actually be two, not one. So by taking one and having it, you'll actually make it two. It'll turn into two. And also, Taurus, once you have the two ones, you've got to bring them together into a marriage. So you've got to be married to the two parts of yourself. That way you become one with it. There's a difference between two ones, which are actually two. They're not one. Two ones are just two ones. They're two things. So they're two. And when they marry, that's like a boyfriend and girlfriend, the two ones together. That's not the same thing as one, two. Like a two once is not a one twice. So when it's two ones, Taurus, it'll still feel wrong because you'll feel like, well, I want to become two that is itself once. Well, if you're a two that's itself once, Taurus, then you'll want to be the two ones first. So you're a second one, you take the first one, now you become two ones, and there's still something wrong. You're thinking, what's wrong? You're not married. Your two ones are not being one, two, once. And so you got to bring your two ones together. You've got to take that first one and kind of marry it in yourself. Like a one marriage from two different people becomes one marriage. So you are literally going to integrate two spirits and make them become one spirit. It's going to become the most advanced version of Taurus that can be. It's very sophisticated. It's divine feminine. House 2 is the divine feminine's house. And so it's the house of Taurus. is the divine feminine house. And if you're a male, you'll be a second one. You're kind of like the first one, and you're not really going to be two or have a marriage. Certainly you can do it, but it's really what the feminine does. So a male Taurus is just going to be liked by women, and you'll have a gift with women will accept you just because you're a male. But but you could also be a first one or behave like the first one, and then you won't be accepted as much. Remember, you're a second one if you're a male Taurus. And if you're a woman, you don't want to be a second one, and you don't even want to be two ones. You want to be 1, 2. Once. Good luck, Taurus.